97, so we know it's a lot less than that. And then we have conservation easements and environmental lands that are overlaid that you can't use. So so our report is due on the last day of December this year. And so the letters have gone out to the counties. Please report to us. And they have how much is in private property. They have how much is in tax exempt status, but they don't have how much is in conservation status. So that's what they're trying to come up with. And we had $117,000 to help counties, smaller counties that didn't have the money for IT work, computer work, to take that information and put it into a format for us. So, yes.
What about the bill you were trying to get, where you're going to go after the federal government to pay for the Forest Service, to pay the state money? Did that ever go through?
The governor vetoed it last year,
Oh.
and so we're going to have it again next year and put it on the ballot again next year. And so that's what we're working on. That'll come next year.
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, but the question was, Mr. Gladwin Ryder requires a lot, and take pictures of the scenery, and ride around, flowers and mountains and so on, And is that, I think as policies the president put in place took effect, what happened was our spending money got to where it was less and less and less, and well, the question is that we go out now about four or five one-day trips a year. Is all we do. Short, close trips about an hour away. But I've been told that there's a lot of road closures now. I was just wondering if you knew which ones and where.
Forest Service has that information. They have maps and such, and we fought all of those road closures. And the idea is they're partnering with the environmental groups so that they want to stop hunting, hiking,
riding
and everything else. They want you off the property.
It's part of Agenda 21.
What kind of pressure? Where is the environmentalists getting all this pressure to make the government close these places? They've got to have somebody.
Well, what they're doing is they're partnering with it's a sue or agree. In fact, the same thing has happened with the energy. The
green
energy
stuff, yeah.
Navajo generating plant and the one in St. David or Benson area. And what they do is they sue, and then they make a deal with the Forest Service out in these areas or EPA, and they sign an agreement which we feel is unconstitutional. They don't have the right to do that.
They don't have the right to do that. Now, why do they think they have the right?
Well, they've had willing partners.
They got somebody else behind them.
They have an agenda.
But they've got somebody else behind them. They've got to. They have that kind of pressure and that kind of knowledge. They've got somebody behind them that knows an awful lot.
Well, there's a lot of the employees that have infiltrated the agencies.
Yeah.
And somebody with a lot of money.
Yeah, somebody with money is behind them. It's got to be, because they wouldn't have that kind of pressure.
Well, some of the bills that I got through, I'll go over, and actually, I did go head-to-head with the governor. We'll cover that later, but she did sign 14 of my bills. So the last two, we were kind of holding our breath. We weren't sure whether she was going to do that. We had a trespass bill that went through, and so what that does is, when you're out hunting, property owners are supposed to paint orange fence posts so that says that this is private property and you really need permission.
Yeah.
Well, now, and we have people that are afraid to go out of their door and tell people to leave their property, primarily drug runners and such.
Yeah.
So some counties have, when you call and say, hey, I got a dozen people or 20 people in my backyard, and I'm afraid to go out and tell them to leave, that they'll say, is your property posted? Do you have signs, or is it painted, your fence post painted? Well, no. Well, we can't come out. Well, now they can come out. So this was the first step of many. So we started it rolling, and the ranchers down along the border wanted this because they're afraid to go out at night. And they don't know who's out there. And they go out, they may not come back in. So we got that one done, and the governor signed it. We now have a National Day of the Cowboy. This is a national policy that I think there was 7 or 8 states that have passed it, and it's to thank and recognize the history of the cowboy and the importance of them developing, especially the West.
So what day is that?
That's the 4th